Hi, this is Dalkitsia and I'm posting for the City Hill Divorce Support Life Group Facebook page. This is part 12 on the immigration series and section 2 on the sabotage. So the sabotage really came about in terms of asking the Canadian Embassy to deny my visa in terms of immigrating and to deny my daughter's visa as well. My ex had been trying to get me criminally convicted in South Africa so that the Canadian Embassy would deny my visa on that respect, but he had been unsuccessful in his attempt with that. He then went to the embassy and said he had to sign forms under duress because the High Court order stated that he had to allow my daughter to immigrate with me. So he then complained about being under duress. They didn't approve of him having to sign under duress, and so that we had to go back to the High Court to basically say to him, you can't do this. He then tried a different method and basically went to the Canadian Embassy and said he would never be allowed to visit my daughter in Canada because he was part of a criminal network. Now, it was really a process of going through and finding a loophole, and they certainly did that job quite well. The loophole was that most first world countries, if you're part of a network and you're either in a criminal system and you've been fingerprinted, you'll be denied access into that first world country. So he wasn't on any documented site, but hey, you can just confess to it on an email and put it in writing. And the Canadian Embassy really had no choice to say that, okay, the labour market opinion eventually came in, and they had been sending me letters to say, look, you're there, you're 99% there, but this guy has got to stop asking us to not allow you to immigrate. And he wouldn't. He was objecting all the way, and they then came back and eventually said, look, you can apply, you can reapply, but we have to deny you your visa because your court order says that he is, you're allowed to immigrate to Canada with your daughter, but he is allowed access to her. And we will never allow him access into Canada because he's part of this criminal network. Whether it's proven to be true or not was irrespective. It was in writing from him and from his attorney to say that he was a part of a criminal network and that he would never be able to cross their borders because they, now had him blacklisted on the system. And it was blacklisted by choice. In terms of immigrating and coming back to the Canadian Embassy with a High Court order that said I had sole custody and he had no right of access was such a high expectation and such an impossible thing in today's global world. No country wants to issue an order that denies a child the access to a mother and a father. So that's really how my sabotage came about, is he went out there and said he was part of a criminal network, and that has not worked out well for him in the long run. But that's something that I won't address here. It's one of the things that I wanted to mention, that you can spend 300,000 Rand getting a High Court order and going through the application process to immigrate, and at the end of the day it can be pulled right out from underneath your feet by very unethical attorneys and people out there. And it's something that I didn't foresee, and it was something that my attorneys didn't foresee, but it was an unfortunate side of a high conflict divorce. And I think that kind of covers it. If there's anything else I can remember about this series of events, I'll post again. But yeah, that's just a sour note to end on. Enjoy your day.